Ryan Wedding, a Canadian former Olympic snowboarder, accused of becoming a cocaine smuggling kingpin linked to multiple drug-related murders, arrived handcuffed at Ontario International Airport in California on January 23rd, escorted by FBI agents, U.S. officials said. Speaking at a press conference at an airport east of Los Angeles, FBI Director Kash Patel said Wedding was arrested Thursday evening in Mexico City after years on the run.
Today, once again, thanks to President Trump's brilliant leadership and relentless support of law enforcement, we are here today to announce another record-breaking year for the FBI and specifically for the community here in Charlotte. Thank you also to Attorney General Pam Bondi's leadership of the Department of Justice. She has championed victims her entire career, and she never forgets them or her families. And the combination of that is what led us here today. The FBI, just a week ago, captured Mr. Alejandro Castillo in Mexico, one of the top 10 most wanted fugitives on the FBI's most wanted list. He has been on that list for over a decade, evading law enforcement. And to put that in perspective, how much effort goes into this, it is an entire interagency operation from the FBI to the state police, to the local police, to the U.S. attorneys, to the district attorneys, and to the Mexican authorities. That is the only way to bring justice for Sandy Lee, who tragically and brutally lost her life so many years ago at the hands of this brutal monster. I want a special thanks to the Mexican government, President Sheinbaum, Secretary Harfuch, and a special thanks to Ambassador Ron Johnson down in Mexico, representing our interests in Mexico City. A tremendous partner. When I was down there just this week, offering our support and meeting with the individuals and the leaders down there, it truly hit me how much work goes into this kind of operation and what it takes to build a safe and secure America and what it takes to bring justice to the victims and the families across the country. And together, under President Trump's leadership, we have done just that. This year has been a historic year for the FBI. We've had 67,000 arrests this year alone. That's a 200% increase. That's because these guys work with those guys, work with everybody across the country to make it happen. We've had a 20% drop in the murder rate from coast to coast. That is an all-time record for the modern era. We've had 150 million lethal doses of fentanyl swept and taken off our streets, preventing harm to our youth and our children. We've had a 35% increase in espionage arrests, preventing harmful actors from China, Russia, DPRK, and Iran from infiltrating our societies. We've had so many more great successes because of the leadership and the dedication and commitment and the resources given to law enforcement by President Trump and this administration. It is truly, truly a historic moment when you can deliver not one, but two of the FBI's most wanted fugitives in one single day. I don't believe that's ever happened before, and I'm not sure if it'll ever happen again. But the one thing I ask of you guys in your communities is thank these folks here and thank those guys down there, because they do the work day in and day out, and they barely get credit for it. And the media blasts them for doing their jobs. But we are here to stand behind Blue. We will always be behind law enforcement because you protect our children, you safeguard our communities, and with the power of the United States Attorney's Office, we make sure those criminals are never, 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 ever again attacking the loved ones that we hold most dear to us. It is truly, truly an honor, and I'm so proud to be back here in Charlotte and handing this fugitive over to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, where he belongs, and he will be prosecuted here to the fullest extent of the law. I want to thank HSI, I want to thank DEA, ATF, CBP, I want to thank the local police force, I want to thank the mayor and the governor here for their continued partnership of law enforcement. And once again, I want to thank President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi, who have been truly spectacular supporters of law enforcement. And if you needed to see how it works and how well it works, just look at this case and look at the fact that we brought Alejandro Castillo to justice 10 years later, right back to where he committed this atrocious crime. These top 10 fugitives, the 6 we captured this year, were on the lam for over 40 years collectively. This shows you we will go to the ends of the earth to find you should you choose to hurt our loved ones in our communities. The question was the subject surprised after all these years that we were able to find him and chase him down? I think when you see the full power of the United States government and its law enforcement capabilities and partners kicking down doors across the world. Maybe he was surprised. He probably thought he got away with it. But this was an FBI enterprise-wide investigation, and I forgot to acknowledge a particular group of people. Our hostage rescue team and our special flight operations unit, which are the warriors behind you in this plane, are the ones that made this lift happen. We left Mexico in dark this morning, dropped off Ryan Wedding in Southern California, and are now here today. Whether or not they're surprised, I guess that's icing on the cake, but the fact of the matter is we got them. Anybody else? Go ahead.
You mentioned the intelligence of the operation, the cooperation with Mexican authorities. I was wondering if you could get some more details about how he got in touch and then the FBI got there and took the custody.
So because the prosecution is ongoing, we're not going to speak too much to the details, but SAC Barnacle's absolutely right. To find bad guys around the world, to find the worst of the worst hiding in Mexico, you have to use intelligence. You have to gain intelligence every step of the way at the state level, at the local level, at the federal level. You got to share that intelligence with our partners in Mexico. Then you have to join forces and combine operations and go hit the ground hard and relentlessly. And Charlotte and your local police force and our partners here made sure we never forgot it. And that's the importance of the representation of the interagency-wide process that led us to this perpetrator in Mexico. It truly is a historic achievement when you think about it. 10 years have passed, and we found him. And now I'm going to hand it over to SEC Jim Barnacle for more words on the investigation. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Director Patel. I can tell you, there's never been a director of the FBI that has dropped off 2 top 10 fugitives on our plane. So thank you, Director, and a lot of miles today. I am Jim Barnacle. I'm the special agent in charge here at the FBI in Charlotte and across this great state of North Carolina. It's difficult to put into words the amount of work done over the past 9 years. The FBI and our partners at the Charlotte and Mecklenburg Police Department. Chief, thank you for being here, and thank you for the great work that your officers have done. The director just had a chance to meet the detectives and agents and analysts that were involved in this investigation in locating Castillo. And I can tell you they looked all over this country and into Mexico. Hard work, gritty work. The detective that found the victim's body after she was brutally murdered nearly 10 years ago is here today, and he's part of the arrest team this afternoon. This capture was coordinated, and it was an intelligence-driven investigation. We exploited social media. We exploited leads. We developed sources to find, locate, and apprehend. It speaks to the reach of the United States government and the FBI. The FBI operates in over 100 countries across this great planet, and they do so to advance and protect American interests, and the FBI's interest in this case is finding fugitives. It's partner with foreign agencies and the Mexican AGI to effect this arrest, transfer custody, and bring him to the United States. I want to recognize it took a long time to find this guy. It took a long time to get him in cuffs. However, he was arrested on January 16th, and here we are 1 week later, and he's in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, where he's going to face justice under Spencer and his team. Castillo fled to Mexico. As you know, he committed a murder. Sandy Lely was murdered. Her car was driven and found in Phoenix, Arizona. The FBI in Phoenix immediately started tracking. We traced his pattern through family and friends in Phoenix and the Arizona area. We tracked him crossing the border. We traced him down to a town in Mexico, and we started to try to find him. It took a long time, but perseverance doesn't end. The long arm of justice and law enforcement, it has no end. We will put people in cuffs, and we have done that here. Castillo has been living a regular life. Our victim and their family will never be the same. His capture underscores the resolve of the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the CMPD, our law enforcement partners, our dedicated partners and prosecutors around this country, around this globe. So I thank you for being here. I'm grateful for the team and the effort and the partnerships, and I'm glad Castillo is here to face justice in the United States courts.